Text 1. Health problems in developed countries. In developing countries, 40% of all deaths are caused by infectious diseases, e.g. diarrhea and measles, associated with inadequate medical services. Poverty, poor housing and malnutrition. In developed countries where there are good medical services, relatively few people die from infectious diseases. Instead, diseases associated with lifestyle and old age, non-infectious diseases, are the major killers. We are living longer and can afford to smoke, drink too much alcohol and eat too much of the wrong sorts of food. Crippling diseases associated with old age such as arthritis and unhealthy lifestyles responsible for the onset of heart disease and cancer are both leading causes of death in many developed countries. Cancer cells divide when grown on dishes in a solution of all the substances they need to live. Normal cells spread until neighboring cells touch each other, forming a layer over the bottom of the dish. At this point, contact inhibition stops further division. Cancer cells are different. They continue to divide even when they are all touching. Piling up, they form a mass. In the body, masses of cancer cells are called tumors. By multiplying faster than normal cells, cancer cells destroy healthy tissue. Cancer is not just one disease but about 200. The transformation of normal cells into cancer cells occurs in stages, beginning with genes. Some genes switch on the processes that make cells divide. Others slow down or stop cell division. If switching on genes or stop genes are damaged, or if stop genes are missing, then cell division may run out of control, leading to cancer. If detected early, many cancers can be cured by surgery, chemotherapy and/or radiotherapy using a radioactive source. If left untreated, however, cancerous cells can break away from the original, primary, tumor. Spread, a process called metastasis, and set up secondary growths elsewhere in the body, endangering the person's life. New treatments for cancer are under development. Drugs that prevent division of cancer cells. Vaccines against cancer-causing viruses. For example, cattle suffer from papillomaviruses similar to the virus that causes cervical cancer in women. Scientists have developed an effective vaccine for the cattle virus, and the race is on to develop the human equivalent. Replacement of faulty genes with healthy copies. Meanwhile, successful treatment for cancer depends on early detection before the cancer can spread in the body. Osteoporosis. Bone strength and density depends on the balance between the activities of two types of cell, osteoblasts, which secrete fibrils of the protein collagen in which calcium compounds are deposited, osteoclasts, which break down bone, releasing calcium into the blood. The balance between the activities of osteoblasts and osteoclasts determines bone density. Osteoporosis develops when the activity of osteoclasts outstrips the activity of osteoblasts. Severe loss of calcium from the bones makes them porous and fragile, and more liable to break. Osteoporosis is age-related. Women are particularly vulnerable because estrogen affects the absorption of calcium ions, Ca2+, from the intestine and therefore the availability of calcium to the bones. Production of the hormone drops dramatically after menopause, around the age of 40 to 50 years. HRT, hormone replacement therapy, aims to prevent the onset of osteoporosis by maintaining estrogen at premenopausal levels. Ideally, however, prevention begins in childhood. Exercise and an adequate intake of milk, a rich source of calcium, encourage sturdy bone formation. Calcium supplements alone do not halt the progress of osteoporosis. Hormone replacement is necessary to ensure adequate absorption of calcium, and treatment with anti-inflammatory drugs damps the activity of the osteoclasts. Arthritis. As we grow older, wear and tear on the joints may cause pain and even make it difficult to move freely. Pain in the joints is often called arthritis, but the word covers conditions ranging from degenerative joint disease to gout. For example, rheumatoid arthritis affects the joint surfaces, the cartilage that makes for the smooth, friction-free movement of joints is destroyed, possibly as a result of the autoimmune reaction, i.e. the body producing antibodies against itself. Diseases caused by disturbance of the body's immune system are called autoimmune diseases. Osteoarthritis results when joint surfaces wear faster than they can be repaired. Quite why the cartilage breaks up more in some people than others is not clear, but if the joint is subjected to excessive strains and stresses, then the damage develops more quickly. Obesity or fractured joints make a person particularly vulnerable to the development of osteoarthritis, hips and knees being especially affected. When the pain and stiffness reach a stage where walking even short distances is difficult, then the joints may be replaced. Replacement parts for diseased hip joints have been developed since the 1950s. Replacements are so effective that thousands of operations are performed each year. There are two components to a replacement hip joint: a ball and shaft made of stainless steel, and a high-density plastic cup into which the ball fits. Ball and cup are fixed into the bones with special cement. Applin. Pages 16 to 18.